Hi, my name is Terry Lee from Sweet Pea Papers and the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group. This is video 9 in our Dreamatorium series, and this is a Sweet Pea Papers tutorial. I was doing a little experimenting there. When we left off, we were separating our pages to go in our signatures, and I got that done, sorting mine. I hope you sorted yours. And so I ended up with my cover, which I'm going to cover up the word that's there, and I'm going to cover it up with the word Dreamatorium. And then I'm going to put this on the inside, and I've already inked everything. And I'm thinking of putting some of those cogs around or on the corners or something on this. I haven't decided yet. If I do, it will be after the cover is glued to the book, so I'm a little nervous about it. But anyway, so these are the covers, and these are the two signatures I got out of the pages. Now, let me explain one thing first. You know that 4 times 4 is 16, so we made 18 pages. So, I know, my math, whatever. So I fixed it by gluing the last piece on the inside of the back part of the signature. Okay, so we go through, I went ahead and glued each one to its page. And so what you have to do, and I meant to explain this, and then I went ahead and did this, then I thought, shoot, I should have done a couple, on camera. But all you do is put your glue on your paper with your decorations, whatever, and then just glue it on the pages, the cream colored pages that we inked. Okay, so you want to leave an even border all the way around, and we already went over the pages, so I don't have to show them to you, but just a quick flip. You'll see these notes are still on here, and that's for when I do the flip through, and then I will probably take them out because that's a whole lot of paper clips. And the other thing I did was I had accidentally printed in the kit. There are 3 sizes. There's the little bitty ones that you use for notebooks, which I'll make a notebook out of this kit the next time I need one, which should be in a couple of weeks, for my notes that I keep by my keyboard. But what I did was, instead of putting a piece of coffee dyed paper in, I just since I accidentally printed the one with the extra large border, which made it smaller, instead of wasting it, I just printed out another one, and I put it in one in each signature in place of coffee dyed paper, because they're coffee dyed in the back for writing space. I think I'll probably go back and do something. I'm not sure. I never did go back through and check for places to put words and things. Like right here, I could put something, so I forgot to do that. And so I tried to make sure this page right here should have been a left-handed page instead of a left or right, and that's because of this here, because you don't want stuff to bunch up in the center. But that's what I got. And then we had this page, which I really like this page, and there's the other the other back half of that card. I'll call it a card if nothing else, smaller version. And this I ended up having to put on the right hand side. Oh no, that's right. Or really, I should have put it on the left, so because of taking the card out. But since it's a floating pocket, you just take it out, and then you can get the card out, and you can do stuff on the back and all that, like the way we made it. And so this is where I had an extra page for each signature. So this is the signature back, and I went ahead and just glued a page to that instead of it being the print, like the suitcases. And I need to add a front pocket to the other one because I didn't do it. Now, the second one is similar. I marked them signature 1 and signature 2. It doesn't really matter, but just for reference for myself. Okay, so that's that. Welcome to your new book, huh? So let's go ahead and do the cover. Hopefully I can get this all in an hour. I am not the fastest cover maker in the world by any means. Let me dry wet wipe in case I have a glue issue. And so I cut 2 pieces, 6 by 9. Now our Victoria design pages print out a little bit smaller than what were the size of the book should be. So in fact, I may have cut it a little bit smaller. No, that's 6, because it would, yeah, it would have been 5 7/8 if you add a 1/2 inch to the size that it is. So I just went ahead and made it the 1/8 of an inch bigger. I did not glue 2 together, so I left this flexible. It's a cereal box, I mean a gift box, like that you would use at Christmas. Now, if this, we're doing this with black paper, if I was going to be doing maybe a material or white paper or something, then I would have glued 2 together like so. Or if I wanted the cover to be more sturdy, I would have glued 2 together like this so that it's the cardboard facing out on both sides. But I didn't, it doesn't matter because I'm doing the black paper. So this is the spine, and it's 2 inches wide, and that just happened to be the size that this was on the box. Now, let me say something really quick about choco pies. Oh my goodness. Now, you can only get these, as far as I know, in Japan or in stores that sell Japanese food. My neighbor is from Japan, and whenever she goes, she comes back and she gives me 1 or 2 boxes of these because she knows I love them. They're like a moon pie, only they have the best filling in the world, and the strawberry is the best. The strawberry. So I decided to use that as the spine. Let me see if I can get some of this out of here. Okay, I also have this dark embroidery floss. I'm just not able to talk right now, am I? To stitch in the signatures. And I also have this dark brown ribbon that I'm going to use to tie it shut if it needs it. So we're not going to put the papers on the inside until we see how big the signatures are going to be. I'll just set them inside the cover. And because you want to put your closures in before you put your inside cover page in. Okay, so I've got that. I'm going to put some corners on this book. So here's our book corners. And you're going to need some glue and a bone folder and, of course, probably your pair of scissors. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is get everything out of the way. Let me move this stuff. Okay, put my glue over there, put my scissors where they belong. There's my bone folder. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue 2 pieces of paper together on the long side. I cut these to 10, and this one I cut to the height of the book and then 4 inches wide, and this will be the piece we put on the inside spine, and then we'll sew our signatures in after that. However big the spine is, add 2 inches so that it overlaps 2 inches on the outside of the spine on the inside of the book, and you'll see because that covers up whatever cover you're using. Like, it'll cover up my choco pie on the inside cover. So the first thing we want to do is glue 2 pieces together. Normally this would be 8.5 by 11, but I cut it. Let me make sure it's big enough. Now that I got so smart and decided to cut it ahead of time. Well, that's not going to work. And we fold over an inch. No, that's not going to be enough. Because I cut it to 10, which should give me an inch on either edge. It doesn't really look like it, but it looks like it's enough to wrap around. So we will give it a whirl. I don't know why I cut it. What about the length? That looks all right. Don't really want to glue to papers that I'm not sure are big enough. Where is... That's a good way to tell. Yeah, that's awfully short. Let me get 2 pieces that haven't been chomped on. Fortunately, I keep paper right here. Yeah, see, we've got plenty of room now. So we're going to glue these together. I think it's the width that's going to be way over now. So we're going to glue these together. Try to get your glue as straight as possible, and then try to overlap it the least amount possible that you can, but still have it hold. And yes, this is going to be right in the middle of your spine. The seam. So if you've got bigger paper, I've got the European or the super extra large black paper that you can get to use for like mini albums and lap books and things. See, I knew I was going to need this. Let's make sure it's straight. Okay, so I'm going to make this the inside because I've got this glue thing going right here. And once we put this piece on, it will cover it. Okay, so now we're going to take our spine piece and glue it in the center. Excuse my voice, been doing that all day. Two inches wide by 9 inches high. You know me, I don't usually glue stuff this much. And there is going to be paper holding it in. But, kind of funny about the spine. It gets all that wear and tear, you know, with the pages opening and closing and all that good stuff. My friend Teresa's on live right now on Facebook, so I actually have it playing really low in the background. Okay. Okay, 1 inch and 1 inch. Wow. Who knew? Who knew I had an eyeball? I certainly didn't know. Let's double check this before we glue it in. Yeah, that should be fine. A little close. But these papers have funny measurements because of the size of the paper. And as you guys saw, the way I do this, and then I press it down, then it spreads the glue out. And so it stays on. Okay, now the trick here is to get the page level with the spine. And then you want a gap. And you want it to be straight. Looks like it's up just a smidge. Okay. And this is it's a little crooked up there. There we go. And then we're going to do the same thing with the other one. Yeah, I'm sorry I glued all those pages in the book. I just got on a roll, and I knew I had to do a bunch off camera. And then I turned right around and glued the last. Once I glued the last one, I was like, uh-oh. But it's just gluing your papers onto the page, the cream-colored pages that we made with the blue inking. My new favorite color, Salvage Patina. I love that color. The cream-colored paper does do a little bit of something to it. You know, the color obviously is not quite the same. Okay, so we want that to be straight. We want the same amount of a gap. I'm just moving everything to make sure it's all level. We have about the right amount left on the outside, so that makes me happy. Now, I'm going to do some of this on camera, and then I'm going to put it on pause and do the rest. Otherwise, it would take us forever. You want to kind of turn it a little bit. My glue's not dry. Give it a little bit of an idea what you're going to want it to do. Kind of break the fiber a little bit so it isn't so hard to glue down. We're going to do the long sides first. I can't believe the stress of that is pulling that apart. It's not doing it up there. Okay. So then, like I said, you want to do the long side first. I put a really good bead of glue right up next to where it's going to fold. I'm going to reinforce that seam a little bit. So you want the glue here. Okay. And then you're going to just take this, oops, I gotta glue the rest. Oh, I forgot to trim the corners. I knew that looked funny. So you just want to go in and close to the paper and then around and out. That might be a little close, but we're putting corners on. It's my new best friend. Okay, let me do this one real quick, and then that way I can get my gluing done. Okay, and then we'll do this last one on this corner. Okay, then you're going to want to flip it up, help of your chin. You're just going to fold it over. You're going to press it down. And then you want to use your bone folder and make a little crease right there where it's supposed to fold. Be careful that you don't tear your paper. Done it before. Okay, let's cut this other corner. Choco pie and Christmas. I used a Santa Claus gift box, or a gift box with a picture of Santa Claus on it. That one may really be too short. So now we're going to do the long side on this side. Wow, that was quite a bit more than what I meant to put on there. Just that one little spot seemed to not want to grab. So here we go again. Put that long bead of glue down. Well, I guess I might as well just show you. It doesn't take that long. I am hearing a puppy. I swear to you I am. Like a little puppy whining. And I thought it was Oz, the big O-Z. Thought it was him out in the living room. Something was wrong. I went out there and looked. He's sound asleep under a blanket. I wonder if the guy upstairs got a puppy, because it's coming from very close. Or I could have finally lost whatever bit of mind I had left. Both possibilities are real. All right. Trying to press down as hard as I can. Not really that strong, but okay. I'm going to do the end ones. I'm going to put a little bit of glue up in here. And go ahead and do your up and down the, right where the seam meets the cardboard. Or where you're going to fold. Let me just say it that way. I never really notice the smell of Fabri-Tac until I do something like this. I'm just cleaning up any glue that oozed out. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on this end. You want to get it right up to the edge. That ought to do it. That looks like a lot of glue right there. Now, I'm not super worried about the corners. We're going to cover them. They did come out pretty good for me. I have these two little points right here that need to be trimmed just a little bit. But since I'm putting the corners on, I'm not going to do anything with it. Okay, now, when you go to do the center on the inside, you want to put a lot of glue in here, because when you're folding it, speaking of folding, when you're folding it, it'll bubble up in the middle. Believe me, I know. If you don't cover it all with glue. Okay. Now we're going to put this piece. It doesn't go all the way to the end. Not supposed to anyway. Looks like it does. Let me measure it against, whoa, against the height of the paper. It's way too tall. Because you don't really want to see that seam. So let's cut 1/4 of an inch off and see what that does. Okay, so I think I want to make it about 1/8 of an inch shorter. I'll take a look at it. I need to move those to a safer location. You want it to be the same height as your paper. It needs to be that tall. Or that long, depending on what your perspective is. Okay, that should do it. Yep. I don't know how I got that off. I forgot to trim it, that's what I did. Okay. Want to glue the paper. I'm going to glue it on the corners like I usually do, quite a bit. I can scooch it around that way. Fabri-Tac is pretty forgiving. It does give you a little bit of time to move stuff around though. Oh, that was a dog. It was Oz. I forgot he was outside. And he was sitting out there whining, scritchy scratching at the door. I felt terrible. Of course, he's always wanting to go outside. I don't know what the problem was with today. And then you're going to want to glue it down. I'm having trouble with my hand. It's too much squeezing. I've had the center of too many books lift up, in case you can't tell. Okay. Then we want to place it evenly across the center. And you want to check it top and bottom, that's for sure. I'm going to have a glue mark. Darn it. That just made a big mess. Let's see if I can get it to ball up and come off. Yeah, it looks like most of it is. Then I'll hit it with the glue eraser. You want to make sure everything is down. I forgot to put glue in these little creases. And just go slow when you're doing this. Don't push through the paper. You just want it to remember where you want it to fold. And when you're doing this, you never need to fold it more than 90 degrees to get it all tested out and everything. I can still hear it crackling. Glue all over me, but not here. Glue eraser, got it. Okay, then you want to gently fold it to 90 degrees. And see, I can see right now that that's coming up. With all that glue on there, maybe I didn't wait long enough. That will help it remember where it's supposed to fold. Okay, so this looks like a good place to stop for this. And then you get this much done. Don't put the inside covers on yet. And then we'll come back and we will record doing the inside and the ties and then decorating the cover, which I now realize is probably way too big. Oh, definitely way too big. I could have gone with a 1-inch spine. Alright, well I guess I have to make another one. The height was fine. And the width was fine. Just this part was way too big. Well, when I separate them out like that. Alright, well I'll do this off camera, and if I need to make another one, I'll make another one. It just looks so big from the side that you would think, wow, I really need to get a super duper spine for that. But this doesn't, it seems big. Anyway, and it's not, it isn't bending very well either. See what I mean? So, I think this spine is too big. So, I'm going to have to make another one. But that's how you do it. That's how you do it incorrectly, just with incorrect measurements, but that's how you do it. Everything else worked out perfect. So, I'm glad I didn't do the inside papers and the ties and everything, because then I would have really been mad. Yeah, so I'm going to put that up there with my other, gee, look at how I messed up that spine. And I will see you in the next video, and that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.